it's Jess. Hope you're having a good day today. So what I'm gonna talk about is kind of like these root nurture causes. I guess that could be like nature causes. Uh, anyway, because I think that the brain affects your behavior, and your behavior can end up affecting your brain, vice versa. But anyway, like three root causes, not three, sorry, oh my god. Um, like, I think it's seven root causes of why I experience my episodes. And it took, I have been going to therapy. I'm almost 25 now. So for almost 7 years, I've been going to therapy either every week or every other week. And I found I've like through talking, through therapy, through a lot of experience, I kind of found like the main causes of why I experience these manic episodes. And I always think it's good to really dive deep. Like, I'm always thinking deeply and always like questioning things and why this and why that and how come we're not doing it this way. And from these causes, I really hope to find a solution to my bipolar disorder. They do say it's lifelong and then you can't get over it, but I'm gonna refuse to believe that. Call me crazy if you want to. Um, so I'm going to just like read off my list, and probably in the next few videos or whenever, whatever video it comes to be, just explaining more about it. And the one, so here, let me tell you my list that I wrote. Okay, so number one, so root causes in my bipolar disorder. Number one, seeking validation from others. So that is it's a common, um, that is a common problem over the last few years that I've had. And that's where the stress comes in my brain. And when I'm trying to like find my worth in what other people think, and it drives me to the edge, and I get really stressed out and everything like that, because what I've been in the cycle of is getting validation, but it's never enough. The validation itself is never enough. Like, you just need more and more and more of the validation, and it doesn't really help. So something I'm gonna try to do this coming year is really self-validate and self-love. In my recent manic episode, my brain was all about self-love. Sometimes I feel, oh god, don't think I'm crazy too, but sometimes I feel that when I'm in my manic episodes, I experience things or have thoughts that are for the future. Oh god. Um, I hope that I'm not even manic, and anyway. I just I just feel a little scared to say that, because they say that hyper religiosity is part of mania. And yeah. And yeah, but I think that God, in my manic episodes, he gives me something that's forthcoming in my life. Which I will talk in another video. Anyway, and so this validation from others, it could be from my boss. So basically, like, I was doing everything. I was like very like I was so, I really, when I put my heart into something and when I work hard, I really put all my efforts into it. And with my boss, I had done that, and then she started making you do more stuff and more stuff and more stuff, and it made me feel like none of it was good enough, but I was trying to make her happy, which is kind of can be a problem when you don't stick up for yourself. And my so especially validation from my parents, um and just pleasing people, validation from men, um and the reason why I am seeking this validation from all these people in my life, everyone, is because basically my thoughts and feelings were invalidated when I was growing up. Something happened along the way. I see it now with my parents. They're never able to help me on an emotional or psychological level ever. They don't understand it. I love my parents. They provide me for food. I still live in this house and everything, and I know they love me, but yeah. So somehow I have to not care what my parents think, which is so hard because I've been before I was 18, I was just living for everything my parents said. Oh, so I also think that bipolar disorder, like I was looking up YouTube videos and I couldn't find like if anybody ever talks about this, but I think I found like a an article, but like repression and suppression of your feelings. Like I think when we're in this society, we in the other video I kind of talked about it a little bit too. You know, we act a certain way because we want people to think a certain way of us. And um usually I'm guessing people conform to society and what everybody else does. Um so there's that. And just um yeah, just I've been having a, growing up, I had a best friend, and she would always be so excited about things and say things were cute or something was pretty, and I was like, how come I'm not getting excited about this? How come I don't get excited about anything really? And you know, she would look up at the stars and she would be like, those stars are so pretty, and I'd just be like, it's just some lights in the dark. What's pretty about it? You know? Um this is just an example. Like I think growing up, I think I had suppressed and repressed a lot of my feelings just because of what I was taught by my parents or school or church or whatever like that. And I think limiting of your self expression is another one. And what I'm going to talk about today is losing my identity growing up rather than finding my identity and strengthening it. And the last one is like my loss of sense of control. Okay, so that's basically 6, not 7. Sorry about that. I did even say 3 or 2 before. And so what I concluded is that all these root causes are about my self-worth and my identity, which leads to the stress and all my symptoms. And if I could just really believe in myself and who I am as a person, I really know that I am worthy, you know? I think that would be pretty much the key, so I wouldn't let others bother me. So, I want to talk about loss of identity. So I was watching these old videos of myself, and in all the videos my mom took of me, I just love to dance. I love to dance so much, and I love to sing, and that's literally all I did. Um, and maybe I used to draw when I was little too. Maybe around like my teenage years, like preteen years, my mom had told me that I would want it. I wanted to dance, take dance classes, but I didn't want to perform. And I think it's because I wanted to dance just to dance, and I think I was afraid of people, like what people think. I think um and in terms of art, dancing, and singing, I loved to do those things when I was a kid, and I kind of stopped because I thought that school, is more important, and education is more important. And I think I've been when I since I was little, I was a naturally born artist, when I was younger, like a creative. And somewhere along the lines, like I guess I went with what I thought was right, like, oh, school, focusing on school is better, getting good grades is better, and I kind of lost like my love for the arts. And I guess this ties into self-expression and identity. um and I think growing up, I think I cared so much what people thought that I didn't do what I naturally was inclined to do. And my parents were very controlling. And I didn't even think they were controlling. The thing is, like, I literally just did whatever they told me to do and stuff like that. Um, and I lost my identity. My identity was this high excelling academic person who always obeyed and listened to everything her parents said. And I didn't really like, I feel like I never learned about myself. I never had experiences where I made mistakes because my parents always like backed me up, which is nice of them. But I kind of never learned about myself and who I was. And I feel like now my opinions and thoughts are very shut down by my parents if they don't agree with it, or if it makes them uncomfortable if I say something that they don't basically like. And I figure that's what it was like as a child if I brought up something. Oh, I'm sorry. Mm. Mm. I ran 5.6 miles today, running and walking. I'm pretty tired actually, and I just taken a bath. Um, but yeah, so I didn't really know who I was, who I liked. I mean, like what I liked. I didn't really discover anything about myself too much growing up. It was all school and academics and church. And um I guess I kind of lost sight of who I was, and what I love to do, and growing up, I was like, I think in high school, I was like, I have no passions. Like, why aren't I passionate about anything, God? Here I am, passionate with tons of shit, which I'll probably talk about later. But so in my episodes, basically, I oh god, sorry. Um, for one of my episodes, in my senior year, I literally, I don't even know for how many weeks, but I was dancing and singing endlessly, singing at the top of my lungs, and dancing not just like a little thing, but literally like woo. And I'm really thankful for my school, actually, Pepperdine University, for really just taking care of me and supporting me in my this journey that I've had. And it's really amazing what they that how much they helped me, and um how they accepted it and didn't like shun it or anything like that. But I was literally dancing, like, honestly, I quit dance at like 10. I think I was taking dance class and I quit dance at 10, and around maybe 11, 12, I quit art class. And it kind of all like floods back. It's a weird thing. I'm surprised that no one else, I'm surprised that I couldn't find anybody else in a video where they think that the reason they have this disorder is because it's suppression and repressions of thoughts and feelings you want to have, but you kind of hold them in or not say them because you're afraid. And um leading to these mania and these psychotic breakdowns. um I don't think you can run from who you are, which is what I'm learning. And honestly, I think bipolar disorder is a curse and it's a blessing. There's some not so great things and some really great things. But one thing it did do was help me find and shape my identity again. It helped me to realize that I am a very open thinker, that I love dancing, love singing, love painting, love really like all the arts and stuff like that, which I forgot about. I don't know if, I guess, stopped doing, forgot about. Um, for thinking that it wasn't such importance in my life, which is really sad. I just, what it could have been if I just like kept going with the arts. It's um it's like it's never the end. And honestly, I'm actually pretty grateful I got to rediscover my art talents and more of who I am as a person, what my strengths and weaknesses are, and what I like and what I don't like. And I think I know people keep saying that your diagnosis is a part of you and it doesn't define you, but I think that my bipolar disorder has actually really made me rethink things and figure out who I am as a person and what I have to offer to this world. And it's actually really, I really struggle with the emotions and the stress and my mind sometimes, but my mind is also kind of like discovering my mind is beautiful, you know. Um, yeah, I don't know if this has happened to you where you lost your identity because of what everybody else was telling you and what society was telling you and what all these institutions were telling you. Um, and I'm just, yeah, I'm grateful to God that I'm finding my identity again and who I am, and what I'm not naturally meant to do. So yeah, more videos on the other things maybe. I think I actually touched upon a few of them. So I hope for healing in your life. I hope that this video has helped you in some way. I hope. And I hope you have a beautiful night or day wherever you are. Thank you for listening, and subscribe if you want to.